Today I want to explore how to get the most out of smaller light sources. And we're going to be using the Zhiyun CX100. Now, the CX100 is the less expensive unit, and then they have the X100, but I'll show you that. It's just this battery is connected, so you can't replace this battery. It's just on here for good. Before I even started this, I noticed a lot of YouTubers were reviewing this saying it was crap because it was buggy or something. It's not buggy. You just have to read the directions on how to turn this on. And I'm going to show you this really quick so you know if you do get this CX100, it works just fine. A short press, a long press, when it starts blinking, you turn it, and then it'll turn on. That's it. There's nothing more than that. And then press and hold to shut it off. A lot of people bitch about that, but that's a good sail face. So if it's in your bag, it's not going to turn on automatically. So I love that. The other one is the CX100, and I have it connected to their Bowens mount, which is really nice. It also has a umbrella holder in the Bowens mount. So I'm going to use this today because I want to use an umbrella with this one. But this unit is really, really nice. It is a little bit better made than the CX100, but either one is going to work just fine for you. The only difference is this one has the removable battery, so you can have two batteries and be engulfed in. But these units are so tiny. The COB is glass covered, so it's protected. It's lightweight. It's very well made, the X100, and it works great. There's nothing more I could say than that. But again, these are just the lights I'm using. You could be using any lights. I do love these. After playing with them today, I like them a lot more. I think it's adjustable from 27 to 6,500 or something. I don't know. I don't do specs or anything, but let's put them into use, because you can say whatever you want about these or read the specs. In use is where you're going to see what it can do and how well it does it. It's as simple as that. So, let's explore the smaller light source. We'll use both the CX100 and the X100 and see how they do. And let's get to the shoot.
I really love doing these shoots, these little trial shoots, especially with this, unique kind of light. It's a lot of fun. So I'm starting out, that's that gray card, that pocket gray card. I keep it in my wallet all the time with my credit cards. I'll leave the link in the description. I love that thing, and I use it all the time. It's just great to have on you. Like, even if you're shooting an event or something like that, you just pull it out and shoot it in the different lighting situations. It takes 2 seconds, and then pull it up in Lightroom and make the color correction. Then I just copy and paste on all the images at once. But anyway, getting back to the shoot. So the white shoot through a reflector, if you've never used one before, this umbrella, I think this is like a 30-inch or a 32-inch. It's not too big. It may even be a little bit smaller than that. It works great, and there's really good wraparound light. But since it's 100 watts, I'm using a silver reflector on the opposite side of her. Now, I normally 100% always use a white reflector when I'm using flash, because when I use the silver reflector, it's just too much. But I'm going to take a shot here without the reflector just to show you what it looks like. It's still good. I'm still getting a good wraparound light, but you can see the fall off on that right side now. Now, when I move that silver reflector back, and remember, just aim this. It's so much easier to aim without a flash too. Just move it until you see it hit her face, and then you're good to go. But you'll see that, it pulls out quite a bit on that side, and you'll see the specular highlights on her face just a little bit more than without it. And the silver is really filling in nicely with this 100-watt unit. Again, with the flash, that silver is just way too much for me. It's, I can never control it, and I can never put it far enough away because I do have a smaller studio. But it is doing the job. So, if you are using just one light like this, a silver reflector or a white reflector is going to come in really handy. Now, the one I'm using is the Manfrotto one. It breaks down into the smallest little package, but they're a little pricey. You can use any white silver reflector you can find because you can get them pretty cheap. But if I find this one, the lasso light or what, I don't remember what it's called. I'll leave that in the description below as well, because it'll fold up and fit inside of a camera bag. It's that small, because those tubes break right down. Now I'm going to switch over to the CX100, the inexpensive unit. You'll notice there's no difference, but I'm going to use that small white dome. And, because it's a smaller light source, I am going to aim it just across her face versus right at her. And it's going to go into the silver reflector. Now you can see it's a little bit harder, not much, which is surprising, but it's a little bit of a harder light. But with that silver reflector kicking back, it's filling in the shadows really nicely. And that alone is doing a nice job, which is, just shocking to me, which is great because, if you wanted to use this at dusk, when it's not bright sunlight, because this won't, compete with the sun. It may fill in some shadows out in the sun, but that's about it. But, it's not going to fall over with an umbrella and so forth. You can use it the way it is. And you can see the light. It's really decent light. Now, color-wise, they seem great to me. I don't know, because I used the gray card and then pasted the whole thing. So, I can't tell you if the color fluctuates at all. And if it does fluctuate in the images that you're seeing, it's me. Because I did tweak some of the colors on some of the images just to get a different look. Now, as far as the exposure, that's pretty much what it came out of camera. The color was corrected because of the white card balance, and then I did some retouching on her face. But that's it. There's nothing more. I didn't throw any filters or anything like that on it. It's this light giving you the images that you're getting. And you can see it on her face. Yeah, I do have some window light coming in, but without the light, it's like this, maybe a little bit darker on the camera. It's the same thing. She's dark. You turn the light on, she's light. So yeah, some ambient light is in, but not enough to make a difference in the images, if that makes sense. So I switched back to the X100 again with the umbrella, and again, using that silver reflector, and I'm going to throw up a second light. So I'm going to use the CX100 at the back for a background light, and you'll be able to see the difference here from the one versus the other. It makes a difference, and I kept the rubber diffuser on it for this shot, so it's not like getting a full spread. One thing you can't do with a smaller light like that, even if I pulled it back further, you're not going to get great coverage on a backdrop, but it's enough to fill in. And now I'm going to go back to just one light, and I'm going to use that CX100 again. Now, if I place it directly in front of her and shoot directly in front of her, it's going to be a nice beauty light. It'll give me a nice look. It'll hide the shadows behind her, and give me the look that I like and that I want from this. Again, I love shadows, so when I see them, it doesn't bother me. But if you don't like them, the closer you pull that to the camera and to the access of the camera, the better it's going to be. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the shoot. I had a lot of fun with these. I'll leave the link for these lights in the description below as well. But thanks for watching as always.